Glad you're streaming with us. We are following breaking news out of Texas right now where a barge hit a bridge, spilling oil into surrounding waters.
That bridge leads to Pelican Island. It's located just north of Galveston, Texas. Aerial video shows portions of a rail line that runs near the bridge on top of the barge. The collision also caused an oil spill, and crews are now working to clean that up. So Don Armstrong is with us, we're happy to say. And he's in a helicopter. We're even happy to say he's the helicopter reporter for our ABC colleagues in Houston. He's over on the scene of the crash right now.
Tell us what you're seeing, Don, this hour, and what's the latest on what happened?
Well, it's good to be with you this afternoon. Let me go right to the picture here and show you what's happening below us. We're at 1,500 feet over this causeway, if you want to call it. This is between Pelican Island and Galveston Island, and it's an old structure from 1960s when this bridge was built, and it's a very low-slung bridge. This barge got loose somehow. We don't know whether it was by a tug or whether it was docked here along one of the docks on Pelican or Galveston Island. Whatever the case may be, it struck this bridge, and let me show you the damage that it did. There was an abandoned railway that is attached to the actual causeway itself where vehicular traffic goes over, and part of that has crashed down onto the top of the barge, opening up a hole in the barge and now spilling this oil product out into Galveston Bay. That Galveston Bay channel, as you can see, leads out into the Gulf of Mexico. Over to the right over here, that is Galveston Island, and all of the ship traffic coming into the Houston ship channel passes this way. So a major spill here. Coast Guard is here trying to clean it up as we speak. Don't know exactly how this barge got loose. That is one of the things that we're going to have to ask.
Don, as we can see, the camera work is just great, and your narration is great, too. We can see exactly what's happening there. Let's talk a little bit more about the oil spill. We can see, I think, that the oil snaking out there under the bridge and beyond, and the surrounding waters there. Is there a concern that this could become more of an environmental problem long-term for these waters and the islands surrounding them?
Well, I have to tell you that there are a lot of fisheries in this area, mainly oysters out here in Galveston Bay and along the Houston Ship Channel. So that is always a concern here environmentally. The other concern is how are they going to get this barge off of here? Because we think that it is grounded at the moment, but once they lift this part of the bridge that collapsed onto the actual barge itself, is that going to open up even more of danger? Right now, the Coast Guard is placing oil booms in place. You can see them there, the orange things. They're going to continue to do that and try to get something out here in the bay to clean up this huge oil spill, as you can see, making its way out into the Gulf of Mexico.
All right, Don Armstrong, thank you very much for being there for us. It's an important story, and we're really glad we got you. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Don.
An evolving situation is underway here tonight in Galveston after a barge crashed into the Pelican Island Causeway Bridge. Now we've seen today delays and lots of frustration, not to mention an oil leak. So here's a map showing the location. Some people are still trapped on Pelican Island, where others made the long trek back to Galveston. Fox 26's Sherman DeSalle joins us live from the scene with new concerns authorities may have tonight. Sherman.
Yeah, good evening, Anthony. So we're right at the entrance of this bridge. Galveston's behind me. Pelican Island is that way. You can see it's still reduced to one lane. They got an officer right here making sure that people stay afloat of what's going on. And every now and then we'll see a couple of cars pass by. We'll even see some people make that mile walk back towards this direction, making plans on where they're going to stay tonight. All of this as safety concerns grow about the bridge that's expensive to rebuild. Concerns from the people in Galveston County after a barge struck the Pelican Island Causeway Bridge Wednesday morning. Officials say the tugboat operator lost control of the two barges, resulting in a crash. The barges, owned by Martin Petroleum, now causing an oil spill in the bay.
At this point, it's called vacuum gas oil, or VGO. Never heard that term before 10 o'clock this morning. The Coast Guard and TCEQ are working with the environmental response company to stop the leak.
Wednesday evening, authorities on scene witnessed a shifting in the handrails and concrete, causing further delays for people who want to leave Pelican Island, like Naval Museum Director Tori Mack.
There's a lot of cars, a lot of just people hanging out in their cars, just sitting here, windows down, people cars running hot.
Students like Andrea Dunlap took the mile walk across to get back home.
I have fish at home, so like I'm kind of worried about those, and like I'm also more concerned about the oil spill too, because like I'm a marine biology major, so like the environmental impacts of that are like, they're stressful to me.
The Navigation District Chairman Dennis Bird also said the same bridge was struck by a barge 3 months ago. Repairs were just recently finished. An estimated 500 vessels, including tugboats, wreck boats, and barges, pass under the bridge each month. In previous talks to replace the 60-year-old structure, the biggest burden is who will pay for it.
It's been a wide open field. I think the bridge will get done. It's just, I don't know what the time frame is going to be done, but it'll come together sooner or later.
Sooner or later, in the meantime, this is what you're going to see. A couple of cars going by very slowly. That car's probably been waiting for hours just to get across. Tori Mack, as far as I know, is still in her car waiting to get back to this side. She lives in Lamarck, so it's been a long day for people. Coming up in the next hour, we're going to hear more from Mr. Bird about what's happened with this structure and the plans to possibly pay for it, where that money will come from. Reporting from Pelican Island, or Galveston, Sherman DeSalle, Fox 26 News.
Barge, barge, spill, spill, aerial, aerial, collision, collision, causeway, causeway, slung, slung, tug, tug, struck, struck, vehicular, vehicular, narration, narration, evolving, evolving, trek, trek, stay afloat, stay afloat, petroleum, petroleum, marine, marine, vessel, vessel, wreck, wreck.
If you enjoy this content, please consider subscribing to my channel to stay up to date with future videos. Thank you for watching.